Now, city leaders in Greenville also say the absence of an interstate hampers its efforts to attract new businesses. WNCT's Ken Watling has more in this week's Growing the East report.
How do we move forward on the interstate designation, with 264?
It's a question Greenville Mayor Alan Thomas has asked for years. An interstate highway to Greenville wouldn't necessarily mean you'd have a shorter commute. What it would mean is more business opportunities in eastern North Carolina.
Your highways, your roads, your lighting, and how that fits together is not planned in months, that's planned in decades. So from day one, we've pushed very hard to our 264 corridor, pushing to get that for interstate designation.
That will greatly benefit the city, again, from that business opportunity. Certainly one of the check marks is, do you have interstate capacity in your city?
Greenville is the 10th largest city in North Carolina, the largest without an interstate. So what does it take to change that? Unfortunately, much more than putting up a new sign along the highway.
I would like it to be, but we'd all like it to be, but it's not. It's you get that designation, that shield, that interstate shield. It's difficult to come by, but there's a plan in place for that we've been speaking with our local officials, both in DC and in Raleigh, to have that happen.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil, and you have to stay very involved in Raleigh and in DC and advocate your plans.
US 264 from Raleigh to here in Greenville is a limited access freeway. That means there are no stoplights and the speed limit is 70 miles per hour like you'd see on roads like I-95. But this is not an interstate. That's because interstate highways have to meet different standards. The good news, it wouldn't take much to upgrade this stretch of road.
We have a road that's almost built, 98% built to interstate standards, so it would be the cheapest interstate in the country to do 30 miles at $30 million.
Even if the upgrades were made, it's up to the Federal Highway Administration to make the final call to officially make this stretch of road an interstate. That's why Mayor Thomas says he'll continue to work with state and federal lawmakers to help make that happen.
What we would like to see is more legislative leadership out of the eastern part of the state. I think that would definitely be a benefit, but we work with whoever's in there, and we make our case that every part of this state needs to thrive for North Carolina to be able to thrive.
Now, there will soon be other interstate routes in the east. In May, the American Association of State and Transportation officials approved I-42 for the US 70 corridor between I-40 and Morehead City, and I-87 for US 64 and 17. That's between Raleigh and the Virginia state line.